Hi guys, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited for this project today. I was watching a video from Pamela, who is over on YouTube under the Hippie Gypsy. Is it? Hold on. Yeah, the Hippie Gypsy. It's always a tongue twister for me to say that, but Pamela recently did a video where she did these like book page like pockets, and I made one for the journal that I'm currently working on. And I don't know, for some reason every time I do pockets and tuck spots for my journals, I always do them in pairs. So I made one. Let me show you what I made, and then we'll do one together. So hers were a little bit bigger. I cut mine down a little because it has to fit in my journal. But basically, you know, it'll be the size of what your book pages are. So this is the one I created, and I have a little tab here. So you flip that up, and then there's a little pocket here. So what I plan on doing is I think I'm going to put it on a page, and I'll probably glue down this side and this side. I'm not sure about this side yet, but I want to be able to tuck behind. So I don't know if it's just going to be a top tuck here and then glue down the three sides, or just glue down these two sides. That way I can tuck something bigger. I guess it all really depends on the page size, how much room I have. But so I added one of my stickers out of my sticker book, okay, so I have the tab. This is Tim Holtz ephemera, but there was a word under there that I wanted to cover up, so I did that. And then I don't know if you can see this, but I added this like really sheer lace on the bottom here, just to give it some texture a little bit. And I don't know, like in person I can see it. On the camera I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to recreate this. So let me just put it aside. So like I said, I cut down my pages just a little bit because the pages that are in my journal right now are a little bit narrower than more narrow, I don't know, than they normally would be. So I did that. So what you're going to need is 4 book pages. 2 are going to make, you know, this part here, and then 2 are going to make the pocket here. So we're going to do the pocket first. And really all you do is just fold it in half. Very easy. And what I did was I folded this down a little bit just so it wasn't so, I don't even know, that's not even straight. Oopsies, hold on. Oh boy. Let's see, that might be straight. Yeah, just so, you know, the top is, I just kind of want it like that. I don't know if that's even there. So I also, because it's really bulky, this piece here, I don't really need all these layers. So I'm going to unfold it, and I'm just going to cut off this last layer here. That way it just kind of gets rid of some of the bulk, because we're going to sew it down anyway. I'll just cut it. Okay, so that can go over here, and see, now there's not so much bulk. But what I want to do is I'm just gonna cut the sides a little so it doesn't stick out, so you can't see it. Okay, there we go. Because sometimes, you know, if you have it all the way to the edge, sometimes you see the flap that you folded under kind of stick out a little bit here. But by cutting the corners, you don't see anything. Okie dokes. So what we're going to do first is I want to stitch across here. So it looks like, you know, it looks like it's completely stitched around even though it's a pocket. So we have to stitch across the top first before we stitch the rest. But before I do that, I just want to ink the edges. And I changed out the color of the thread in my sewing machine right now. It's brown because I had that cream colored, like that real ivory color. And it just, you know, I wanted the strings to show up against the paper. Okay, and I did a zigzag stitch. You can do a straight stitch. You can do whatever kind of stitch you want. I'm going to go for the zigzag on here because I like the way it looks. All right, so I know, oh gosh, I'm sewing right here. I know you can't really see, it's not at a good angle, but all I'm going to do, here's the flap here, I'm just going to sew down right here. And my sewing machine was acting up earlier, so hopefully it'll be okay. Okie dokes, perfect. Thank you, sewing machine, for acting nice. Okay, and I gotta collect the strings. I'm getting a, you know, my string collection is getting better. And if you'd watched previous video, you'll know what I'm referencing. All right, let me put this aside just for a second. I'm gonna move that back just for a moment. So now we're gonna work on this flippy thing down here. Now I know that I did cut off the bottom. I do remember that. Hold on, let me cut off the bottom. Just a little bit. Oops, that was not straight. Okay, so this is going to sit at the bottom here like this to make the pocket. And then I just want to, I think, you know what? Actually, because I want the things, but just to hold it in place, I'm just going to use a little of my glue stick just to hold these two pages together while I'm doing cutting and folding and all that fun stuff. Oh, one thing I did want to tell you. Okay, sorry. Let's go back a little bit. So this is the front page, or the main piece. So see how when you open it, all the writing, you know, is going the same way, even the pocket. So when you fold it down, the writing is still going the same way. To get that done, because let me just show you. I'm sorry, I glued that already without realizing. Let me just take out two more pieces and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so say we did it like this. So we have, oh, is that in focus? I hope so. So we have all the writing this way. If you fold it down like this, see now that this writing is upside down. So what you need to do is this way. You see it? This one, you're just going to flip upside down like this. So this, when you fold it over, oh, my frame. See? Now it's the right way. And so it's all the way down. So basically, you're just taking the other side and just turning it around. So it's upside down. But when you fold it over, it's right side up. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so see how mine is now like that. And I just want to put a little bit more glue, just like that. Just for now, because I'm going to sew it. So, all right. Then what I want to do is I want to cut the edges, and I'm just making this centered. And I'm just going to, you know, and if it's not perfectly aligned, that's okay too. I don't mind. Okay, so now we have it like this. So what I have to figure out is how far down to fold the flap. So I'm going to just line it up on the bottom again, just to see. Here we go. And I want to, where does this one go? Oh, okay, so I'm going to go right like this. And of course, you know, no two are alike. There's going to be a little bit of difference, and that's okay too. I just didn't want, you know, this part to be way down here. I wanted it to at least be covered. All right, so I'm good with that. Now, before we sew, I want to ink around the edges. So let me just grab my ink. And I'm inking both sides, the front and the back, just because you never know where a part might kind of stick out just a tad, and I'd rather have it look inked than not inked. So I know like a lot of this down here is getting covered up, but I still like to ink it. I'm sorry. I couldn't do two things at one time for a second. Just for a second. Okay. And now this side. And I know the back you're actually not going to see, but it's just such a habit. You just keep going around and around and around and around until you have all the edges inked. Okay, so inking is done. Now what I'm going to do, just to hold this bottom part in place. Oh no, you know what? Before I do that, when did I do that? Oh no, I did it after. Okay, because we still have to put on this, but I remember I did it after. But just to hold it in place, I'm just going to put, oops, what is that? Hold on. Got a bubble coming out. Just going to put a little tiny, ever so slight bit of glue. Oops, that's too much. Just to, you know, keep it where it should be while I do everything else. So that way it doesn't slide around and everything. Okay, so let me just put this on now. And if you have any edges, you know, that kind of need trimming, you can trim it after. I just want to make sure that's pretty straight. So I'm going to have to trim a little bit on the bottom there. Just making sure, yeah. Okay. All right, so while that is on there, I want to put this, which side is, it's always so hard to, I think it's like that. Yeah. And there's no real, though, I don't know, maybe do I want to do it like this? I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, so let us, I want to just, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm in frame right now or not. Okay. So yeah, all right. Oops, don't know what that is. All right, so, oh, it's right under. Okay, so kind of like that. And what I did just to hold this down too is just use some glue stick, because the sides are going to be sewn anyway. But this is just to kind of keep it down for now. And I'm not going to the edges at all, just the middle part. Okay. And now, let's see if I can do this without getting my head in the way. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry if you hear some yelling in the background. I just heard my son screaming. He's doing one of those VR games with his friends, and it's really weird. Well, no, I shouldn't say weird. It's so different, like from them when I was growing up, when we played video games. You know, you just played it. With this one here, his friend is at his house. He's here, but they're playing the same game. And in the VR, it's basically like almost like you're actually in the game, so everything you do is done in the game. So it's like they're interacting with each other. Not, I mean, they have characters and stuff. I'm just letting this dry a little bit. They have characters and everything, so they don't actually look like themselves in the game, but they interact. So they go on missions and stuff like that, and it's like they're playing together, but they're both at their own houses. So it's just so different. When I was growing up, my sister and I sat next to each other on the couch when we were playing video games against each other. I'm not going to trim this down till after I finish sewing, because I feel like once it's sewed, it's kind of held on better, so when I cut, it doesn't move. Okay, so this is pretty much dry. Let me just move this again, and I'm going to move my sewing machine down just a tad, and I am going to sew. So what I'm going to do, and I'm sorry you're not going to be able to see me, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to sew all the way around the edge and then come back. All right, so you'll see what I'm doing, but not exactly what I'm doing. That didn't even make sense, but you know what I mean. I'm sewing right now. And again, I'm using my zigzag stitch because I just really like the way that looks. Oops, I heard something. I don't know. I think this one's messing up a little bit. Let me just, I might have to re-sew because it was acting weird. Yeah, look what it did. That's weird. Huh. You know what? Let me just take this out because it does kind of matter, because when you flip it down, I don't want it to look a little strange. And it looks like it just started right here, so. Well, you know what? This is real life. Stuff like this happens. So we just adjust and we go with the flow. And I have more strings now for my string collection. All right, I'm going to just do a little test pass to see what was going on with this and see if it's okay now. No, it sounds weird. Oh goodness. Let me look down below. Well, this took a little turn. Oh, what is this? I think probably my sewing machine needs to be cleaned again. Ah, this is what happened. Okay, just got to fix the bobbin a little bit. And it's a little dusty right there. Let me take some of this dust out. I don't know if that'll help. Probably after the video, I'll just do a little spraying just to clean it out a little. All right, so let's see. Okay, just a little misstep. Let's go back to doing a little test, see how it is. Ah, much better. Okay, it just slipped out of the bobbin, and I don't really know why that happens. I'm sure there's a reason, and I'm sure it's something that perhaps I'm doing or not doing. But, you know, you go with the flow. You stop, you fix it, you move on. All right, I'm going to start, let's see if I can get in the same stitch hole. A little bit. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Now let's try. Perfect, thank you. I don't know why I thank my sewing machine. I think just because I do have issues with it from time to time, and it's always nice to thank your tools. All right, we survived. Okay, we had a little setback, but that's okay. We fixed it. I have some strings for my string box. Let me cut this, and let me cut this, and oh, got lots of strings for my string box. And then we're gonna cut down this little lacy stuff on the front. And we're 90% of the way done. All right, so I'm just going to cut right there, and let me cut this side down and this side down. And I'm not worried about it being perfect because, you know, it's a junk journal and it's fun if, you know, stuff hangs over. All right, so on the other one, we had a sticker here and a piece here and a tab. So I have my tabs here, and I wanted it to be like florally and pinkish. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, I like this, I think. No, because I don't want the words. Hold on. Hold on, I take it back, I take it back. I think I want this. There we go. Well, that was an easy decision. And I don't know why I have such a hard time folding them over and them matching. It doesn't make sense to me. And I am going to ink around this just so it's not so, like, you know, I want it a little bit more grungy-ish. And I know it doesn't do much, but in my head it does. All right, so I'm going to glue. You know what? Do I like this side or? No, actually, I like this side. Okay, let's glue this on first. And I'm always so terrible at gluing these on. I feel like it's not centered or... No, I think over a little tiny bit. Okay. And what I do, and I know there's probably an easier way, or probably people do it different than me, but this just works for me. I hold it down, and I glue just this top part right here, because that's going to go right here. And then I flip it over, and now I glue the rest. Just like that, and 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 squish. Okay, so, well, this is drying. We are going to, and I have the other stuff picked out already. I have this, and this is actually going to be for the inside. I mean, you don't have to put it on the inside, anything, but I don't know. I kind of want something on the inside. Plus, it also kind of gives a little bit more stability to the cover. So let's put that one on. Right here, right here. Okay. And maybe even just like this. Let's give it a little sass. Sass to the side. All right. Okay, and now we have the sticker, and I want, let's see. Hold on. Let's do... Oh, now you know what I just realized? I had the sticker that I wanted all picked out, but I don't think now this is going to go with, because I have flowers down here now. I wanted that one. Maybe should we just do the butterfly? Let's just do the butterfly. Let's just go for it. Look at this fish. Oh, I'm not even in frame. Look at this fish here. I don't know where I'm going to use that, but I want to use him somewhere because he's just so cool looking. Just really neato. Really strange, but really neat. I like kind of like different things like that. And I know some people probably think it's going to be creepy, but you know, it is. All right. Okay. And I know it's a sticker, but I put some extra glue on it just, you know, to give it a little bit more stability. And I don't even know if that's straight. Is that straight? Yeah, pretty straight. All right, so look what we did. Isn't that a nice, fast, fun, and easy project? And I know she also, her closures were different because I think some were magnetic and some were the ones where you know, make the little circles and then you wrap the rope around it or the string or whatever. But I didn't want to. I just wanted to use a tab so you knew, like, in the journal that the tab means pull up. So that's what we have. So now these are my two, and I think one's a little bit bigger than the other, but that's okay. And I just realized they both turned out to be yellow stickers or yellow base stickers. That's funny. So, you know, Pamela, thank you so much for doing the tutorial on this. It's really fun to do. I had fun creating the first one, and I hope you enjoyed watching the second one. And when she did it, she like mass made, I don't know how many she said, like 40 of them. And she decorated a bunch of them, but she still had a stack like plain. So that way she can kind of cater to whatever project she's working on. Like, you know, she didn't decorate it or anything. She just basically made the bases of it with the pages and the sewing. So that way you can go and, you know, if you're doing, I don't know, like a fairy journal or something, if you have fairy decorations, ephemera, you know, you can put that on there too. But My journals recently don't really have a theme. They're just very eclectic. So definitely go give it a try. And Pamela, thank you so much for offering your tutorial. I had a lot of fun doing my tutorial off of yours. So this is my twist on Pamela's book page pockets. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, twisting my words. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.